Good morning, this is BBC One. Welcome to Monday, where the new week begins now with breakfast.
Hello, this is Breakfast with Sean Williams and Bill Turnbull.
There are fears that...
There we are. Well, anyway. Coming up a little bit later on the show, a Desres by the sea or simply a glorified shed. David Silto is in Mablethorpe checking out the beach huts for us this morning. Morning, David.
Good morning. Yes, the sea, the sand and miles of beach huts here in Mablethorpe. But have you ever seen a beach hut looking like this before? We're looking in the next half hour at the reinvention of a seaside tradition. But before all of that, the news, travel and weather in your part of the world.
Good morning. The time, 4 minutes before 9. They aren't, for most of us, a place to change, a shelter from the weather. For some, though, they've become a work of art. We're talking about the beach hut, undergoing a bit of a revival in some seaside towns.
New ones are being built, others being transformed, and now there's a competition to find Britain's most beautiful bathing hut. In Mablethorpe in Lincolnshire, they take them very seriously, which is why we sent David Silto there to the beach. Morning, David.
Morning.
Good morning. Well, you can see the sea and the sand here at Mablethorpe, and also one of its new beach huts. And, well, this is a different one from normal tradition. The wind's got up a little bit here, so if we can keep the doors back for a second. This one is an art hut, the canoodling and gazing hut, and is one of a number of new ones that they've had built for what is, along the coast, a bit of a reinvention of a seaside tradition.
It was one of the most exciting moments of my life, actually, having finally got a beach hut.
Been all over the world, and it's just as nice as anywhere I've been. It's fabulous.
In a chalet.
In a chalet.
The beach hut. It's an old-fashioned pleasure, a communal pleasure. There were 16 in Eileen and Eileen's in Scarborough.
We have a chalet every year, and we invite anyone, our friends and relatives, to come down.
It's a week-long party then you're having?
It's a week-long party.
They're bright, aren't they? And now, after years of neglect, it's getting a makeover. For the first time in decades, Scarborough has been building new ones, posh ones. Well, this is a bit posher than I remember. This is your new chalet then, is it?
It is, yes. This is one of the chalets we've just sold.
How much?
This is £35,000.
For a chalet?
For a chalet, yes.
And people are buying them?
There is, yes. We've sold 15 to date.
Down the coast in Mablethorpe, the huts have become artworks. The Beach Hut Cloud Observatory, the Gin and Tonic, the Canoodler. All very different from when they were originally built after the floods of 1953. Metal shelters from the sometimes bracing conditions.
Wow, this is it.
This is my beach hut.
55 years on, there's been an explosion of beach hut pride and artistry.
My son calls it my chandelier.
And why have you done all this?
Just because I wanted to make the most beautiful hut somewhere nice for me and the children to come to.
So had you done much painting before this?
No, I've never done any painting before. Well, as you see, it's not art, but it's just exuberance, if you like.
In September, a beach hut festival will take place, a celebration of colour and community.
It's, just so genuine here that it becomes the bones of the place. You've seen the huts around here, you've seen how they've been decorated and the people inside them. It's contagious. They see what it does to one person and everybody wants a piece of it.
This reinvention then isn't about mod cons or glamour. It's simple stuff. Food, friends, views, and letting the kids run free. Well, this is the canoodling hut, and you saw in the piece there, Katie, who's the festival organiser here, has also been doing some game canoodling for us this morning. Explain very briefly, what's this hut all about?
Well, when you're redesigning something, you don't want to stick to the traditions, so they thought, what a better audience to aim a hut at than the young romantics in the country. So as you can see, it's kind of a gothic romance, East Coast meets Twilight kind of theme. So, you know, you don't have to have sandwiches and sand in your shoes. You can come and have a glass of wine and be refined and romantic.
But young and funky. Well, I'll leave you in peace here to enjoy yourselves in the canoodling hut. Helen, you're from the Tourism Forum. It's a bit of an old-fashioned pleasure, the beach hut. It doesn't really need a reinvention, does it?
Oh, I think so. I mean, it's great to have the traditional ones. We don't want to spoil that. But it can come into the 21st century. I mean, we have 300 of the most wonderful beach huts here on the Lincolnshire coast. And to have one or two done up, a bit funky, good fun, attract tourists.
Now, when you have your festival and you're telling people, go on, decorate your huts, don't they just say, oh, leave us in peace with our thermoses and our rugs?
Oh, no, no, no. Once you're a hutter, you like to get into the carnival for atmosphere, do up your hut, show it off, be a bit different, you know, entertain people. You know, it's all part of the fun of being at the seaside.
Helen, thank you very much indeed. Well, we're enjoying our scones and our croissants and an early morning hutter culture experience. I've just been told that's what the phrase is for people who enjoy themselves and here, hutters.
Right,
You
David,
could do
thank you
some
very much.
sun though, couldn't you, down there? It looks a bit breezy.
Left the canoodling to other people now after his brief foray
into the world of canoodling. Left that far behind now. Just after 9 o'clock, we've got Nicola Benedetti with us. She's going